Saving Private Ryan, Dunkirk, Pearl Harbor. Everyone loves a good war story. A story about camaraderie, a story about resilience, and a story about triumph. Contest master, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Not long ago, I found myself in my very own war story. A story about a war going on today, in America, in our own backyards. My war story? My war story is about the Great Chicken Sandwich War of 2019. Let me brief you on the situation. Popeyes, a traditionally bone-in chicken restaurant, recently released its new boneless chicken sandwich. We're talking fried chicken, pickles, mayonnaise, bread. That's it. This is no ordinary chicken sandwich, though. This chicken sandwich has left American favorites like Wendy's, KFC, even Chick-fil-A, all fighting now for chicken supremacy. What started as a simple war of words on Twitter has now escalated to something worse, something violent. I've watched videos on YouTube of Popeye's customers getting into fistfights over chicken sandwiches. I've watched Popeye's customers trying to fight Popeye's employees because they've run out of chicken sandwiches. I watched a man jump through a drive-through window for a chicken sandwich. Let me take you back to August 28th, 2019. It was a beautiful Sunday evening that I was spending with my girlfriend, when all of a sudden, she looked at me with her puppy dog eyes, and she said, "Babe, me hungry. Me hungry. What we have to eat?" You see, my girlfriend's Jamaican, and anytime she breaks out the patois on me, I know she means business. So I looked her in the eyes, grabbed her by her beautiful face, and I said, "Baby, we're going to Popeyes." We hopped in the car, drove to Popeyes, and when we arrived, it looked like a Black Friday sale. There was a line to get in the building, a line of cars surrounding the building. Inside the Popeyes, no social distancing whatsoever. Naturally, as the alpha male, I began to panic. I said, "Babe, this is nuts. We could be here forever. I'm just going to try the Popeyes down the road instead." She calmly replied, "I think we should stay right where we are, because we don't know if the other Popeyes are going to be just as crowded as this one." That's one of the reasons my girlfriend and I get along so well. She's that voice of reason to bring me back down to earth when I need it. Naturally, I did what any rational man would have done in that situation. I hit on the line, stepped on the gas, and headed down the road. As we approached the second Popeyes, I noticed there was a police presence up ahead. 2 cop cars with their lights on and an officer directing traffic. I tried to pull into the Popeyes, and the officer stopped me. "Stop right there, buddy. You're blocking traffic. You got to keep it moving." What were we going to do? We couldn't go home. We couldn't retreat. So we went onward with our mission to the third Popeyes. Now, a light rain had begun to fall. Before we even saw the third Popeyes, we noticed a line of 30 cars waiting to get in. This time, it was my girlfriend that lost her cool. She said to me, with no puppy dog eyes, "Babe, me hungry. Me hungry bad. All of this, I'm not even just chicken." I was in complete damage control. I said, baby, you know I'm going to take care of you, right? I'm your man. I'm your protector. I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to feed you, honey." I'm gonna feed you a chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I busted a U-turn, stepped on the gas, and headed down the road. Now, the stakes could not have been higher. Our stomachs were growling. Our patience was wearing. That light rain had turned to a torrential downpour. I was driving like this. We knew we had to change our approach. When we made it to the fourth Popeyes, this time we were going to skip the drive-thru. So we parked the car, braved the weather, and charged inside of Popeyes. Ah! To our relief, there was just a few people in line. We ordered within minutes, took a seat, and waited for our order number to be called. It was at this moment, though, as I looked around his restaurant, something wasn't right. 3 people waiting at the counter on the right, another 2 or 3 on the left, and every table and every chair in this place was full. The problem was, no one had anything in front of them. They had no food. They were waiting, just like we were, for their order number to be called, like we were playing bingo. Long story short, over an hour later, we finally get our food. I should have been jumping for joy. I should have been ecstatic. Mission accomplished. Instead, I had mixed emotions. On one hand, I was happy I was able to feed my girlfriend, because now she wasn't going to mash up my teams. On the other hand, I was disgusted with myself. I had traveled so far. I had gone through so much for a chicken sandwich. At that moment, I hated myself. I hated myself because that chicken sandwich was so good. Toastmaster.